Thank you for all of your feedback so far on the save and in the past couple of episodes specifically about the situation in the squad. I'll address Bayar first. We're actually going to start him now on the right-hand side for the remainder of Joshua Emmanuel's injury period to speed up his growth and his subsequent change in position. We currently are training his defensive stats. As you guys believe that part of the issue with his long time to change to centre-back is A, his form, which is okay, not good, which we can alter with first team football, and B, the fact that his defensive stats are quite low, meaning he actually probably better suits a centre-mid position or something similar, but that's going to take similarly, even in fact, probably about a year longer actually than moving him to centre-back. So what I'm doing initially is I'm training his defensive stats, and at the same time, he'll get first team football, meaning that form will go to good, defensive stats will improve, meaning at the end of this 9-week period to improve his defensive wing-back ability, hopefully that is going to, by more than 9 weeks, significantly drop the centre-back training from 84 weeks to, a more reasonable number. That's the plan there. With regards to the striker role, it was brought to my attention by one of the highest rated comments in the comment section of not yesterday's episode, but the one before. Will Day, who's a member of the Patreon, actually messaged me on Patreon as well as leaving his top comment, said that he did a hull save and used Wilks at striker and was very impressed with him. So that might well be the answer. And he also raised an idea that I hadn't even thought about. The fact that we were, of course, considering which player to use in that wide role if we were to move Wilks to striker, whether it be Bar or Andrew, both of which were very similar in overall rating. But I had completely forgotten and hadn't even contemplated potentially getting Adelican back on a free. So that might be the answer. Wilks to striker, Adelican in on a free to winger, and boom, significantly improved starting 11 with just those two changes. That might be enough to trigger our rise up the league. There have been some suggestions with regards to other striker and midfield positions as well. Chuba Akpom is currently at Middlesbrough. Josh Windass is the second highest goal scorer in the league. I don't believe he'd leave Sheffield Wednesday to come to us. That's the problem there. Sheffield Wednesday are chasing the playoffs. Currently find themselves... Oh, actually, they've dropped a bit. They're in 9th currently. I thought they were in the playoffs. They're only 4 points off. We are a further... Actually, only 2 points behind them with a game in hand. Okay, that actually really does open up the opportunity potentially for Josh Windass. Middlesbrough up challenging for the playoffs as well. So perhaps Chuba Akpom is the one of the two that would be less realistic. Although Josh Windass is performing very well, as you can see there. Rodrigo leading the way. Josh Windass on 14. I'm scouting him to see what he looks like. There's been some call again to move Pinto further back to a centre mid role and sign a new cam. I'm not sure about that. I think I'd rather train Pinto's shooting attributes and make him a better cam than move him back a position. So we'll continue with Wallace in that role for now, and hopefully it won't be long before George Honeyman is back and able and fit to play. There's been another name you will have seen there on the shortlist as well, in Conor Gallagher, a cam / centre mid, that we could try and perhaps loan in until the end of the season to help with that midfield situation with the injury. I am scouting him. We'll wait and see what he looks like. That could potentially be an option as well. But the main one I want your feedback on, and it seemed to be pretty popular because it got a lot of thumbs up anyway, is Wilks to striker and Adelican in on a free. Even if it be only for a year, just to try and get us that little bit higher up in the league to challenge for promotion this season. McGuinness I am going to try and sell this year. In fact, next month in January. Barnett, I'm contemplating changing him to cam. I am genuinely contemplating it because whilst his shooting stats are the best of anyone in the team outside of Wilks, his link-up play has been much better than his overall finishing, although his short passing isn't that spectacular. He hasn't really flourished at striker. He's good, and he's one of my better and highest goal scorers, but I don't know if we just get more out of Wilks at striker. Wilks has got 6 goals, 5 assists from wide right, whereas Barnett has got 5 goals and 6 assists, or 5 goals and 5 assists actually in competitive football from that striker role. So if Wilks is getting just as much, if not more, from right wing, then Wilks the striker makes perfect sense. Barnett to Cam is an option. He's got left mid and centre mid as his other positions as well. So we could do what we like with Barnett, really. Lewis Potter continuing on to be one of our best players on the left-hand side. Pinto continuing to contribute in that Cam role. That's why I want to leave him there. 7 assists so far this season is the most of anyone. And don't worry, players like James Scott will get a fair crack of the whip at that striker role. And I'm going to leave it as it is for the rest of today's episode to give James Scott that fair crack of the whip whilst I wait for your feedback. And if we do the Wilks to... oh, actually, that's the FA Cup been drawn, isn't it? It is. We've Brighton away. Huge FA Cup tie against Premier League opposition in the 3rd round. Not necessarily what we needed, but never mind. Let's jump into this game against Sheffield United then. With Sheffield United, Norwich and Queen's Park Rangers to play today, and then we'll sim bottom of the table and a long way adrift Fleetwood Town, who rather ironically are having a rather similar season to Sheffield United in the Premier League in real life. So we'll see what we can do against Sheffield United first. They're 4th and very, very competitive in the league. So we'll see what we can do. But for now, I'll continue to give Scott the run of things up top. He is continuing to grow, and he's matched Charlie Barnett out 69 rated. I haven't had a goal from him for a little while. But I think Wilks to striker and Adelican to right wing could be the answer that we're looking for this season. And it seems, judging by the thumbs up on Will's comment, that that might well be the answer that you guys are after as well. Time to head to Bramall Lane. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And hit that notification bell and you definitely won't miss out on any more. I'll be live streaming tonight from about 6:30ish, some more Football Manager. And you saw the Sheffield United starting lineup for a prolonged period on screen there. So I'm just going to jump straight to the action. Excuse me. I'd like that back, please. If you would be so kind. Please? Okay, never mind. Here's Ryan Gravenberch into Burke. Burke tackles Burke. Oh no. Here's Brewster through to Burke. And, well, in the battle of Burke v Burke, it's Burke that wins. And Sheffield United are 1-0 in front. That's annoying. Brewster. Sander Berger. Options for Sheffield United here on the counter-attack. Although we've gotten a number of bodies back now. Although that's a perfect pick-up for Ryan Gravenberch, who inexplicably goes with his head. I don't understand that. I didn't even see the Sheffield United man there on the mini-map when I initially committed to throwing that out. If Gravenberch had enough time to bring that down or shoot first time with his feet, and he's headed it. Not sure about that, Ryan. Maybe some inexperience there from the youngster. I have remembered what the scoreline was last time we played Sheffield United. We lost 3-1, didn't we? We had it set at... Or we had the game set at 2-1 for a little while, trying to push for an equaliser. And they scored a late third, as far as I can recall. So we are looking for a little bit of payback here if we can. But we're already 1-0 down and still on the back foot. So I'm not sure if that payback's going to arrive. Don't know which game is going to be our game in hand over teams like Sheffield United, as we saw. Sheffield Wednesday, sorry, as we saw. So maybe that'll be the one against Fleetwood at the end of the episode. Or maybe Queen's Park Rangers. I don't know. I'd have to check the league tab and see who else has got that game in hand. But we are on the back foot and stuck in our own box at the minute as Sheffield United continue to press. And that's going to fall to Burke, who's already got one and very nearly had another. Good save by George Long again to ensure that we don't fall further behind. Another good delivery away by Wallace. Berger down, Brian, Ben Osborne looking for Burke, and we've won it back. And now we have the chance to counter ourselves. And James Scott is the one that's in a bit of space here. Took a while for the ball to reach him. I'm just waiting for Wilks to catch up with me. He didn't quickly enough, and they've won it back. We're going to be 1-0 down at the break. Oh, struggling here, but they are one of the best sides in the division, obviously. Despite getting relegated from the Premier League last year. That's a lovely first touch by Baldock. And it was to be expected that we'd struggle, especially away from home. Gravenberch could quite easily have made it 2-0, but he messed his chance up. And we've messed all of our chances to even create an opportunity, let alone having it in the first place. Here's Baldock out wide right for Sheffield United. Got the option inside and uses Ryan Gravenberch, who had some space to break into there. He is going to get into it eventually. But Elder takes it off him. Right, make me a good run, please, James. One I can use. Wilkes is making a run I can use. And with that pace... Oh, ref! If he doesn't get booked, I'll be very disappointed. Thank you. Clean through Malik Wilkes. Ben Osborne knows exactly what he's doing there. That is cynical. A tug of the shirt. Oh, if he could have stayed on his feet, we were in. God, that's frustrating. Well, Burke scored for them. Burke can't set up a goal for us. Oh, that's so frustrating. That might be the best chance we get in this second half. And we didn't even have the shot on goal. Oh, God damn it, Sheffield United. Why are you so good at the back? Elder picks up an injury. Don't. We've got enough injuries, specifically long-term injuries, already as it is. I don't want to have to lose... It says shoulder there in the commentary. Hopefully it's just a bruised shoulder, not a dislocated one. He hasn't had to come off because of it, so I imagine it's just going to be a bruised shoulder, which will see him out for a few days, not a few weeks or months. Quite happy to continue to play him for the remainder of this game. He's actually fouled the man there. So things don't get any easier for us, though, as we struggle here against Sheffield United. We've got Norwich City coming to the K-Com in game number 2 today. I wasn't expecting much from these first... Oh, thankfully we got something like that. Gravenberch just destroyed me. We're going to concede anyway. I wasn't expecting much from the opening 2 games today. And from this first one, we're certainly not going to be getting anything. With them behind us again, it was defeat against Sheffield United last time we played them. And it's almost certainly going to be defeat again. I was a little bit apprehensive to go in for the... Wow. Elder got booked for the free kick earlier on that wasn't a free kick. And then, very nearly... running the risk of getting sent off there by, well, the referee deciding that that was a free kick too. Lewis Potter can't get past Robinson. If it had been sent off, that would have been insult to injury today, wouldn't it? Belfodil, McGoldrick ran offside, Sander Berger, McGoldrick's onside again. And Sheffield United have 3 against us again with another late goal. Well, I think the camera shaking like that is a bit much. It wasn't that much of a worldy goal, nor is it really massively game-changing. But apparently the Sheffield United fans in the stand that the camera was on thoroughly enjoyed that. And the ground at Bramall Lane was rocking as Sheffield United take a 3-0 lead in this Yorkshire derby. And unfortunately, we are getting thumped again in a game against one of the better sides in the division. We've become accustomed to it so far this season, but it is our first year at this level. And whilst we do have a great 11, evidently it's not quite good enough yet to challenge at the top of the table. Can Pinto maybe force a 3-1 scoreline? No, he can't. Over the bar it goes, and that's the game. 3-0 this time against Sheffield United after 3-1 last time. Meep. And, well, look at those stats. You normally see that the other way around, don't you? It's normally the AI that only have the one shot. Well and truly battered, I think, there. Yep. Norwich City next. It does not get any easier, as Malik Wilkes has improved again, and he's now 75. Oh, he'd already done that. Never mind. I don't know why it's telling me that. He's already done that. He's already up the rating. Norwich bring north Tim Krul, Max Aaron, Zimmerman, Hanley and Byram. Jacob Sørensen, Asansao, Sinani, Placetta. I don't know how to pronounce the L with the little accent through it. I'm not sure. Stieperman and Crivelli up top for them in a 4-2-3-1. They're challenging for automatic promotion. We're on the back of a disappointing defeat, albeit an expected defeat. I've made a couple of changes to this starting lineup as well, actually. Or just the one. McLaughlin is in at centre-back to try and give him some more game time to encourage some growth from him too. And Cyrus Christie came to me before the game and said, "Can I play?" And, well, we are trying to get Bayard that first-team football. So he's going to get the start still, but I will bring Cyrus Christie off the bench just to keep his morale a little bit higher. Scott into Doherty and around the corner to Wilkes. Slightly over here. Can he work the angle? It's a good save by Tim Krul. I had to try and take the shot on. And Grant Hanley will clear from the back for Norwich. First chance goes our way. That's more than we managed in all 90 minutes against Sheffield United. A shot on target. It took only 6 for one to come back here at home. Hopefully, that's a sign of things to come, and we can turn the KCOM into a bit of a fortress at home, because I could really do with a run of wins again to get us back into that chasing for that playoff spot. Still hoping to challenge for the playoffs this season if we can towards the end of the year. Nice touch and turn, though, to get The ball back again there, number 11. And he's causing me all sorts of problems here. Steeperman, he's gotten away from Burke. It's going to be 1-0. Asun Sao in behind. Got past Burke with the dribbling. And then McLaughlin couldn't cope with the run of Asun Sao. Not really too sure which one to go with there, was he? He had 2 runners. And in the end, it's the guy that was further forward that gets the shot away. We had the first chance. They get the first goal. Punted forward. It's not the best from Tim Krul. And that's fallen kindly for Wallace. We'll bypass Wallace and go straight to Doherty here. And then through to Scott, who's got Pinto next to him. Oh, it's overhit though. It might fall for James Scott again. It has. It's popped free for Pinto. Oh my God, I'm doing everything I can here to get the ball through this Norwich backline. But it won't find its way through. Scott there. Turned brilliantly. James Scott. Oh, leaves Tim Krul stood still. He doesn't do much, James Scott. But that was very well done. I'm surprised Tim Krul stood at that, unless he was just expecting me to go across goal and got wrong-footed. His movement was good there, Scott. It was a slow turn, but yeah, he must. I don't know whether he went to go one way and was wrong-footed, he went the other, or whether he expected it to go wide. I don't know, but Tim Krul didn't even try there. But we have an equaliser at home against Norwich. It's James Scott after 26 minutes, his 3rd goal of the season. Norwich City, Sinani again. Nice tackle. He still falls to a Norwich man, Sørensen. Burke's trying his hardest. He really is. And he eventually succeeds. If at first you don't succeed, try again. He's got the captain's armband today with device dropped. And well, he does love playing with that captain's armband, doesn't he? Because he's really turned up here. Malik Wilkes, around the corner is Bayard. And into the middle. Oh, I'm flicked away by Amos, and I'm not going to get there with anyone. It's to be 1-1 at half-time. Trying very hard here to at least maintain this scoreline. And if we can get a point against Norwich at least, then that would be absolutely superb. I've Googled how to pronounce the Polish guy's name, actually. And the L with a slash through it is pronounced as if it were a W. So it's Płacheta. So I'll try and make a mental note of that and remember that moving forward. Płacheta is the name of the Polish guy. All right, we have a throw right at the beginning of the half. Have to go back to go forwards at the minute. But forwards we have been coming quite well so far in this game. And James Scott is going to try and work some space here. And may even set himself up for an assist. Oh, Sam Byron wins that header. It was a good opportunity for Doherty there. And we could have taken the lead. Whoa, get back to your feet, please, Bayard. That was my mistake. We could have taken a 2-1 lead at the beginning of the half. Now Płacheta's on the counter-attack. We might end up going 2-1 down at the beginning of the half. If Sam Byron can find a way past me. Płacheta played in again. Bayard trying his hardest to stick with him, but he's tricky character out on that far side of the pole. Back inside to Byron. Nice tackle. Not a foul, ref, thank you. Play continues. And Wilkes could be in behind if Scott plays the right pass. It's superbly played. There are options in the middle. Wilkes is going to use one of them. And here's Scott again, and we lead! The keeper tried his best to get to that this time, but couldn't keep it out. Hull 2, Norwich 1. Just as at the beginning of the episode, we thought we made a decision with striker. James Scott shouts loud again. A brace for him today, doubling his tally for the season. Ultimately, probably decides the striker decision. Just because he's done well here, that doesn't nullify the earlier 20 games where he hasn't really performed. Still, though, good to get some goals out of him. That should help with his growth. Loose pass for Norwich. Villa battering Fleetwood. Still, the season drags on for them. I bet they can't wait for the final day. We're only just past halfway through this season at this stage. Fleetwood having a torrid time in the Championship. So nice ball through to Sinani there, though. And Norwich could be in for an equaliser here. Płacheta is available on the far side. Steeperman. Oh, that's nicely done. Sinana. It is an equaliser. I tried to step in to try and block the shot. Norwich pull level. It took us to go in front for them to finally kick back into gear offensively, but they have kicked, they have changed gear, and they are level again. That's a beautiful assist. Beautiful assist. And a good finish too. Sørensen out to Płacheta. Oh, driving well past Bayard. He's got decent pace stats, but he's not quick enough to catch that. Support here from Sam Byron, right-footed. I tried to show him onto his left, it didn't work. So, let him in on his right there, and it's a mistake that we're going to be punished for. Oh, that's a bitter blow. Missed the ball there and tried to show me inside and down the line on his left, and he's just jinked back. And he's going to thump it home at the near post. The wing back. Disappointed. Very, very disappointed to hold a 2-1 lead here at home against Norwich and not to see even a point through. Unless somehow we are able to come from behind again and get ourselves that third goal. Across here to Dave Gunn, who's come on as a substitute. Scott's pointing where he wants it, but I'm not going to be able to find him with a pass. No, so frustrated. It doesn't look like it's to be here against Norwich. Or is it? Dave Gunn wins it back. And as he says, teammates to play it to. Lewis Potter back to Dave Gunn. And shot blocked well by a Norwich defender. No. Oh, God. This one's particularly disappointing. The Sheffield United result was expected. And particularly unsurprising after the way that we played in that game. And the stats at the end of it. But this one we've been much more competitive in. But we haven't been able to make a winning position count. And with just 2 minutes to go, it has to happen now, if at all. Calling for it through that gap, but not able to find Doherty. And that's my final chance gone, I think. With minutes to go. Now seconds to go. And Poiteta back to Byron. If I can steal it off him with Wilkes, we might be in with a chance still. Pinto on the counter. Ref, don't do me dirty. Don't do it. Wilkes in behind. Scott is there across. Scott for the hat-trick. No! Tim Krul, you just ruined Christmas. Oh, Norwich City ruined Christmas. A 2-1 lead thrown away. And Norwich City get the victory in a game we were absolutely competitive in. The polar opposite to the one against Sheffield United. We didn't deserve anything from Sheffield United. We did deserve something from that one. Queen's Park Rangers next. Scout report back on Chuba Akpom, who's 75 rated. Looks pretty decent. Looks pretty decent. Certainly better than anything we've got currently, other than if we were to move Wilkes to striker. Keep working to improve your game, Cyrus. Don't worry, mate. I'm not going to hold that against you. And McLaughlin, with that start, is continuing to develop well. I still need to go in. I tried it at the beginning of the episode. It still wouldn't let me approach them to try and improve their contracts. So, well, we'll do that one. A stopper to try and improve his defensive stats. I'll go and play Queen's Park Rangers now on Boxing Day after Norwich City have just ruined Christmas. And hopefully we can still have a happy new year. But we're going to need to get a decent result in this next one to ensure that. Although, hopefully we can get a win against Fleetwood. I can't drop Scott after 2 goals in that last game for him, can I? I think actually I might just start with that starting 11. They might be slightly tired in the odd area, but still strong enough to get a result here against QPR. To Loftus Road we go. Queen's Park Rangers starting lineup. Luke Amos in the middle. Rob Dickey at the back. Will be hard to get the ball past. Lee Wallace at left back carries the captain's armband. Another 4-2-3-1 to come up against today. I don't know anything really about Bon up top. I don't know whether he's going to be a threat. I don't know where QPR are in the league either. I didn't glance at it when we were in the menus pre-game, so I don't know whether this is actually going to be a difficult game like the last two, or whether it's going to be one that we perhaps should feel relatively confident of getting something from. I think given the performance against Norwich, regardless, we should feel pretty confident of getting something from the next game, regardless of whether it's against anyone other than Aston Villa. And ironically, Aston Villa are actually the last side that we beat, I think, in this save. Or at least we... No! Ref! Aston Villa, one of our few victories this season. I want to see a replay of that. I think Burt got the ball there. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm not sure, actually, from that angle. I'm not sure from that angle. Let me have a closer look. Ball breaks free into the box here, and... Oh, no. Definitely a foul. I thought in real time that I'd won the ball there when Burke stepped in here. I hadn't seen the turn of the attacker there. It was his left foot changing the trajectory of the ball there that in real time I thought was Burke winning possession like that. Nope, fair enough. Penalty for Queen's Park Rangers. And to give them a 1-0 lead, duly obliged by the man who's leading the line for them. Not the best of starts again. They are through the gap there to Scott. Down the line to Wilkes. Sheffield United take the lead against Leeds. That's a massive game at the top of the table. Scott turns, I'd say quickly. It wasn't quickly. Wilkes runs into a defender. Cameron to Amos. Over the top of Eld out towards Duke McKenna. Brings it down well. He's got 3 in the middle to aim for. Support is arriving from further deep as well. KK out to Amos. In there to Bon. To Thomas, who's turned really well and scores a second for QPR. That was me hoping we were going to be able to be competitive in this game. No. 3 straight defeats. Looming large over the Christmas period. This has been the most frustrating episode so far in this second season. And certainly, Christmas has been ruined. Thomas scoops that out wide nicely to Wallace. Back to Dalling. Through to Jeff Cameron. And support here from Thomas. And Bon. And that is offside, thankfully, actually. A world-class goal from Queen's Park Rangers. But luckily for me, chalked off for offside. A glimmer of hope in this game for it to only still be the 2-0. Look for Wilkes through that gap. It's a lovely ball. And he's in behind, but I need to drop the shoulder and try and find some support. Bayard will go all the way back there to Doherty. Stuck here on the edge of the QPR box. Finds Scott. Scott! Yes! Game on! Let's go! James Scott again. Is he going to save Christmas? Forced Dalling a long way wide, but he's past me. Here's Cameron. Nice tackle by Reece Burke. Legal this time. No penalty there. Doherty. Wilkes could go again, and there is the space to get in behind. Now, is Dickey going to get to me this time? No is the answer, and I have plenty of options in the middle here, one of which is Leonardo Pinto, who's run straight into Masterson. Oh, that was the chance. This could be the chance. Pinto quickly looking for James Scott, forced wide by the ball. Teammates in the middle, perhaps, to find for this equalising goal, and he kicks it straight against the Queen's Park Ranger man. I can't believe it. Oh, everything I tried today fails. Everything I tried today fails miserably. The audio device is going to try and close Thomas down here. 20 minutes to go. Next time the ball goes out of play, I'm going to make changes. Pinto drops the shoulder nicely. Doherty. Space for Wilkes. Come on, Malik. Come on, Malik. Come on, Malik. No, Malik. No. Oh, everything I tried today fails. Christmas is ruined! I can't believe it. Oh my god! Fucking hell. I'll leave Scott on, put Barnett in at cam, move Pinto down to that centre mid spot. Ah! Fuck it! Still 15 minutes left to try and save something and get at least a point from today's 3 played games. Barnes with a good save. Pinto with the delivery. Yordi device is underneath it, and we do have an equaliser. Yes! The lead up to Christmas might have been miserable, but Boxing Day might well turn things around for us. He can't quite believe it. He's fallen to the floor in surprise. I can't quite believe it. The amount of headers he's had from corners this year, Yordi device, that have gone upwards and wide and over and backwards. This one, back of the net. Great header up above KK. And into the goal. 2-2 and time to win it. Can we do a Norwich? All over the top. Dalling quickly, but blocked by Bayard. Nicely done. Wilkes. Bayard's gone again. Charlie Barnett thought about going there too. And we'll play the ball round the corner to Bayard. And James Scott is there. Oh, God, that's a terrible pass. But he's in. He's in. Wilks. No. Oh, I needed to go one more. I needed to go one more. Keane Lewis Potter even was free on the far side. That was the chance. Or is this the chance? Charlie Barnett falls to Wallace. Lewis Potter. Ah! Kai in the way. Kai in the way. Come on, Jordi. Now is the time for you to score a brace. Jordi device! Ah! Heads it wide! QPR have a free kick from an offside. That will almost certainly bring about the final whistle. Unless the referee allows me one final attack. Which he may well be doing. Oh my God. No! James Scott's dribbling is just not quite good enough for scenarios like that. Like McGuinness, he can spin a defender. But anything else in the interlinking play, and he's just not quite good enough with the ball at his feet. 2 goals. No, 3 goals for Scott today. Who got the first one in this game? I can't remember who got the first one for us in this game. Was it Scott? It was Scott, wasn't it? At the near post. So 3 goals for James Scott today. 1 for Jordi Device. A point against Queen's Park Rangers. We couldn't quite pull off the recovery that Norwich pulled off against us. An elder transfer offer from Rangers. 2.7 million plus Kamar Roof. I know I'm looking for a striker, but I'm not looking for Kamar Roof. Thank you very much. That's a no. That's a no. Right, Fleetwood. Oh, it's bloody Duncan Grant wants a contract. Duncan Grant is going to get released if he keeps going the way that he is. Submitted a transfer request. Fine, go away. I don't want you anymore anyway. Barnett wants to play against Fleetwood. I'll think about it. But James Scott has been in the better form. But the team is looking particularly tired. So perhaps actually, yes, Barnett will get the game. I put Gunn in for Wallace in the midfield. Christie for Bayard. McLaughlin for Burke. Barr in for Wilkes. And that will be it, I think. That will be it for changes for this one. A quick sim against Fleetwood, who are rock bottom of the table. As far as I'm aware, they don't have a win yet. And they still might not, as we get a 2-1 victory against them. Oh, I was slightly concerned that Fleetwood were going to win their first game of the year against me there. But thankfully they haven't. The next game for us is in the FA Cup away from home against Brighton. In the league, however, we sit 13th. We are on 36 points and 9 off the playoffs. It's not insurmountable. It's not insurmountable. Fleetwood do have a win. Congratulations to them. It's not against me, however, thankfully. That was what I feared. Fleetwood do have a win. Oh, yes. No, I forgot. Sorry. Great performance. Charlie, he's up to 70 rated. Charles Barnett. Hello. Doherty has completed his development plan and is up to 72 rated now. And it's only going to take 1 more week. Oh, that's not going to grow any stats, is it? Okay, we could grow him a bit further, Doherty, with some ball-winning midfielder. Maybe he's going to be more of a box-to-box player, isn't he, for me? He is more of a box-to-box player for me. I'll try and improve that. Okay, good. Well, some growth in the squad, even if the results today haven't gone our way. Good to see James Scott get on the score sheet multiple times. Albeit, I'm not sure if it's going to save his first team position. We've had... Oh, yes, I know. I'm going to offer contracts to people, don't worry. Maine has gone out on loan. Maya has left permanently. And youth scout-wise, everybody's still looking pretty average. We're waiting for Leo Gray to grow a little bit more before we can contemplate bringing him up to the starting squad. Right, I'm going to save it there. And I will go and offer contracts to those that need contracts. And then save it again. And you guys can let me know whether the Wilkes and Adelican option is the one that we should go for. Yes, James Scott had a good episode, but I have a horrible feeling that might be deceiving us into potentially continuing on with him at striker when I think Wilkes and Adelican might be the right way to go. Still waiting for the scout report back on Josh Windass. Maybe he's a striker we should look for. His finishing stat isn't that good. Can play at cam though. Pinto. Rotation, although is that what Conor Gallagher could be? The Conor Gallagher would be more of a loan to come in and fill the gap left by Honeyman's injury. Still a lot to be decided, and you guys are going to help me decide it with your comments in the comment section down below. Thumbs up those that you agree, thumbs up the video as well, and I'll see you tomorrow for the January transfer window.